I thought this new Dot and Key sunscreen was going to be perfect until I tried layering it with sunscreen and makeup. So today I'm testing this new sunscreen from Dot and Key, and I'm not just reviewing it. I'm breaking down the ingredients, the filters, claims like in vivo testing, and also testing how it actually performs with skincare and makeup. Because honestly, the marketing sounds good, but the formula tells the real story. So this is SPF 50 PA++++, and they are claiming new age UV filters, hydration, glow, basically a skincare plus sunscreen. But here is the thing, good texture doesn't always mean good performance. So let me apply this on my bare skin first. No skincare, nothing underneath. Just this sunscreen. And this is where things get interesting. First, let's look at the filters used here. Uvinol A+, Uvinol T150, Tinosorb S, Tinosorb M. Now, in simple words, let me explain. These filters are photostable, meaning they're stable in sunlight so protection doesn't drop quickly after you step out. They give broad spectrum protection, meaning they protect from both UVB, sunburn, and UVA, tanning, dark spots, and aging. And these types of filters are commonly used in Korean and European sunscreens, which are known for advanced formulations. So, this is actually a green flag. And honestly, for around 350 to 400 rupees, this is actually impressive because these kinds of filters are usually seen in Korean or European sunscreens. So, in terms of formulation and price, this is really good. And you can already see it applies beautifully. It has a very lightweight fluid texture, and it feels super comfortable on the skin. No white cast or no irritation around the eyes, and there is no fragrance either. So from this point I can already say, if you mostly wear sunscreen or bare skin, this actually feels really comfortable for summers. It doesn't feel heavy or greasy, and it gives a slightly dewy finish. So basically the filter used here are strong and reliable. Now let me pair this with skincare. I'm going to use skincare that I genuinely love these days, like vitamin C serum and moisturizer. And while I'm applying this, let me explain something important. This is mainly a chemical sunscreen. That means it absorbs UV rays and neutralizes them before they can damage your skin. One filter here, Tinosorb M, works slightly differently, so it's sometimes called hybrid, but overall you can treat this as a chemical sunscreen. It's also in vivo tested, which means tested on real human skin, so the SPF 50 claims is more reliable. Again, this is a green flag. Now coming to the skincare side. It has niacinamide, which is for oil control plus brightening, hyaluronic acid, that is for hydration, ceramides for barrier repair, panthenol for soothing the skin, ectoine to protect the skin. So this gives that hydrated, bouncy glow finish. Okay, at first it blends perfectly, but once I started giving it that final touch, do you see those tiny flakes? It almost looks like the product is slightly peeling. So, this is what people call pilling, and this usually happens when products don't layer very well together, especially with multiple skincare layers underneath. Now, let's see how this works with makeup. I'm not even using a heavy foundation, I'm using a lightweight tinted moisturizer from Smashbox. At first, it actually looks fine, but now look closely. Do you see that separation and peeling again? This is exactly the issue. It may feel okay initially, but later, especially in summer heat or sweat, it start breaking apart and doesn't sit properly with makeup. So, if you wear multiple layers or long wear makeup, this might not work the best for you. Let me quickly fix my makeup first and then I will explain who is this sunscreen is actually good for. While I'm finishing my makeup, let me also explain something important about pigmentation. This sunscreen protects your skin from UV rays, so it helps in preventing new pigmentation caused by sun exposure. But if you have already pigmentation, this will not treat it and it will not hide it. And actually, it is fair because it's not a tinted sunscreen. But here is the real issue. If I talk about the cons of this sunscreen, this is not a water or sweat resistant. If you sweat a lot or stay outdoors for long hours, this sunscreen can start breaking down faster. So you will need to reapply more frequently. And second issue is peeling issue. As you just saw, once skincare and makeup layers build up, it can start peeling and separating, especially if you rub too much or layer heavily. Third issue, it can be slightly sticky in humidity. In humid weather, your skin naturally produces more sweat and oil, and because this sunscreen is hydrating, it can start feeling slightly sticky after some time. So, this is best for normal skin, combination skin, slightly oily, or normal weather. Dry skin, daily use with limited sun exposure, with very light makeup and minimal layering. But if you have very oily skin, especially in humid weather, if you do heavy makeup with lots of layering, or if you sweat a lot, stay outdoors for long hours, go to the beach, and spend a lot of time directly under the sun, then honestly, this might not be the best option for you. Honestly, I'm not saying this is a bad sunscreen at all. I actually really liked it. It feels extremely lightweight and comfortable on the skin. There is no white cast, and getting these kinds of new age UV filters, the same type commonly used in Korean and European sunscreen, at this price point is genuinely impressive. And trust me, I have spent thousands on sunscreens. I have used Korean sunscreens like Nambusin that performs very similarly, and honestly, even those kinds of skincare based sunscreen can have the same layering issue because formulas like this are very skincare heavy and elegant, which is why they feel so beautiful on bare skin. And since I have dry sensitive skin, my skin personally love these kinds of sunscreens. So if I'm wearing just sunscreen alone, no heavy makeup, no too many layers, I would genuinely reach for this, and honestly, I might even replace my expensive sunscreen with this for daily use. But still, I wanted to clearly show you what to expect and what not to expect because your lifestyle, weather, makeup routine, and skin type matters a lot with this formula. And honestly, kudos to Dot and Key providing these kinds of modern filters in such an affordable sunscreen is actually impressive. So this is the kind of sunscreen I would personally recommend more for college, indoor lifestyle, minimal makeup days, limited sun exposure, and if your skin is normal combination or even dry, you will probably enjoy the texture a lot. And let me know in the comment section, have you tried this sunscreen and did it work with your makeup? And if you want real honest beauty breakdowns like this, subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video. Bye bye.